In this video, we're talking about exponential growth functions, and you're going to encounter this and a couple of other ones in your dealings with Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, especially. And it's talking about how populations grow quickly, or actually how they decay, but that's going to be to a little bit changed here. But sometimes they talk about bacteria growth. Sometimes they talk about money growing in a bank. But right now in your notes, I want you to copy this whole chart down. You could even write down page 314 because in your textbook, that's where we're reading from. But in any case, this is the formula. Y equals A to the 1 plus R all to the T power. So A times 1 plus R to the T power. Now Y means the final amount. It could be money, population, bacteria, whatever it happens to be. A is the beginning amount that they're talking about. This part, the 1 plus R is the growth rate, and T, of course, is the time. Now you can either watch this whole video and then go back, or you can pause it and copy that down. But I'm going to erase it because I got to keep on going here. All right, so on page 314, you have a problem. It's talking about a music festival, and they have this music festival every year. And on the first year, 150,000 people came to the event. But they're expecting an 8% increase every year that they have that, And so what they want you to do, number one, they want you to write an equation that models this problem, and then they want you to solve it when there's 5 years going on. Okay? All right. Now, so all we really have to do is plug numbers in. Now, we don't know the final amount, but right now I want to show you something. Y equals, now the amount is 150,000, that's the initial amount, times 1 plus the rate is 8%. Now, if I ask you to write 8% in a decimal, I hope you don't say 0.8 because it's not 0.8. It's 0.08. Think of it as money. 8% of a dollar is 8 cents. So 0.8 and to the time. Now, we're starting off with 0. So this is what I want to show you first. All right, so in the first year, which is 0, it's like when, they're very first, it's not after 1 year. It's after the first time they've ever started this thing. All right, what is anything to the 0 power? It's 1, isn't it? So what is 150,000 times 1? Well, it's 150,000. So all I'm saying is that 0 represents the first year. So if I want to know what it is for 5 years, I have to say, instead of putting a 5 up there, I have to put a 4 up here. Like, whoops. All right, to the 4th power, because that would be 5 years. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Y would equal 150,000 times, now all I have to do is add this, 1.08 to the 4th power. Now that's my equation right there. So that I've already done number 1 then. This is the answer for the equation part. Okay? Now we want to solve it. We want to solve it for 5 years, which is really the 4th. So what I'm going to do is take my calculator, and I'm going to go 1.08 caret 4 equals. And when I do that, 1.08 to the 4th equals 1.36. Here, I'm going to write this down. 150,000 times 1.3604. All right, now I just multiply that times 150,000 right in the calculator. And this is going to equal 204,073 people. And then there's 0.344, but I don't have to put that down. 0.344, I'm just going to take that off. All right, guys. So after 5 years, which really is the fourth power, after 5 years, they're assuming this crowd will grow from 150,000 to 204,000. Okay? So when I wrote this first equation, by the way, the equation should have just said a t there, guys. That should just be the t. And then when I finally solve it, I put the fourth power in there. Okay? So that's how you do an exponential growth function with population. We're going to be doing some more problems with money and with exponential decay, because sometimes things lose value, lose money, lose population. A town, in the Midwest, maybe, all the people leave and the population decreases. Make sure you have all this written down in your notes. Make sure you understand what every single thing means.